All right, everyone. We are here with a very, very special guest.
Double very.
Alex Rodriguez. We don't need any introduction. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. Great to be here.
Yes, this is wild because it feels like we see you around. You're in the office. It's not exactly coworker status.
Not exactly, but a little bit.
But a little bit.
Kinda.
Do you feel like you're kind of getting to be a part of Barstool more now that you're around more?
A little bit. I feel younger, actually.
Yeah.
It's actually fun. It's always great to come in. You guys are expanding like a weed. You've gone from like 800 to almost 200 people very quickly. So I'm thrilled to be part of the great brand that Barstool's building.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Off the record, what do you think about Big Cat? What are your real thoughts about Big Cat?
I got to go really, really, really off the record on that.
Yeah.
I got his quarterly reviews next week.
Yeah, it's coming up.
So I'm going to save my dirty thoughts about Big Cat.
Yeah, give it right to his face.
But I'll tweet it. I'll tweet it at Chicks.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Chicks in the office, yes. And what do you think about Hank?
Hank is solid.
Ooh.
Hank, Hank is the greatest position to be in, of course, our producer, because next to Kat, I mean, you just look like the Empire State Building, so it's
Right.
great.
Yeah. Wow, you're right.
And if you're not aware, which you probably aren't, she does date Hank.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Yes, I do. That's why I was asking what you thought
Lisa
about him.
and Hank.
Yeah,
So
which was good
trick
because I
question.
feel like you kind of gave us your honest answer before
Yeah.
knowing
Right.
that
Okay.
they aren't dating.
Do you
Okay, so-
approve of me dating him?
Definitely approve. He's
Yeah.
a great guy, great beard,
Yeah,
Good beard.
great beard.
subtle, funny, and very talented. Now, Fran, the question is, you're not dating Dan Katz.
No, I'm not.
I just want to get full transparency here
Yes,
before you
I will
guys...
not be asking you any trick questions about any boyfriend.
Yeah,
in
no.
the office.
We just had to get a good answer on Hank. I'm glad you approve of him.
I do.
That's good. We'll let him know that. But you're working with Barstool now.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, you've seen the old office. Now you see the new office. Has your thoughts about Barstool changed from when you just met everyone to now?
How bad was the old office?
It's also, I actually liked it because it
Yeah.
felt like a college kind of dorm
Right, it
room
did.
feel. It's just getting bigger and bigger. Look, I actually think that if I can buy the stock Barstool, I would buy it today. It's not available, unfortunately, but I do think this will be a multi-billion-dollar platform in the next 5 years.
Yeah.
I agree with that 100%.
Yeah.
You've obviously transitioned into media. You got your own YouTube channel now. You got the podcast. What made you want to get into that?
I think connecting. I think storytelling. I'm north of 40 now, and I think the new generation, like all of you great young people, consume information and videos and all of it. The consumption has changed. And, I talk to people every Sunday that are a little bit older, and the demographic for baseball is different. And I thought this was a great opportunity to speak directly to the young generation. And the other part is when I go visit colleges all over, you would think they would say something about like, hey, J-Lo or the Yankees or the championships. And literally 9 out of 10, Barstool,
Right.
The Corp. When is season 2 coming out?
Yeah, it's
incredible.
It's crazy the reach that it has. And of course, now you're doing your own videos on YouTube.
Yeah.
What's that like? Why YouTube?
I think it gives you an opportunity to tell your story and your narrative. A lot of times, when I was growing up, we were basically prisoners to whatever the media wanted to write or whatever information they got, which really, if you think about percentage-wise, it was very, very small. I think we are in a world today that we made an investment to say we should tell our own story, and we have children, and we're documenting in real time some of the things that we're doing, both personally and professionally. And with 4 kids, 3 11-year-olds and 1 14-year-old that's now going to be a freshman next year in high school, that's scary on its own, that we'll be able to look back at these videos and capture kind of some of our own history.
Yeah, we loved the surprise car birthday video. It was amazing. Is Jennifer actually driving that car?
Well, she already drove it.
Yes,
briefly,
in the video.
like around the block.
Yes.
Literally, that was very
That was-
scary. I had to put a double seatbelt on,
Yeah.
but it was great. She just has 2 more shows in this domestic global tour, and it's just been a huge phenomenon. She's had 37 sellouts. And what's interesting is my favorite part of the entire show is when Emmy, her 11-year-old daughter, she has twins at 11, Max boy and Emmy's a girl, and she comes out of the ground and she sings Limitless with her. Mm-hmm. And you start thinking, one day at Madison Square Garden, you had Lupe, grandma, Jennifer, and I mean,
Yeah.
3 generations, and Lopez singing, dancing, and crying. And you see people crying all over the place. And it was just one of those moments that you're just like, wow, this is so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were at the show at MSG
blackout.
when we lost power.
Wow.
Yeah, we were
Which
there.
was super unfortunate because what we saw was
Phenomenal.
It was unbelievable. She is just like not even like a machine because it's just wild watching her on stage.
It's amazing. She finishes a tour now. Then she starts a movie called Marry Me.
Mm-hmm.
And the movie Hustlers is going to be
Yeah,
epic.
we're
And now,
very
talk about
excited.
views. In the first few weeks, it hit 100 million views for the trailer, which is about 2.5 minutes. And she plays a stripper that ends up working right here in New York at Scores. It was a place that Howard Stern would talk about all the time. He would tell you the next morning who was there, which famous athlete
Yeah.
or entertainer, or big Wall Street guy. And it is an interesting story of how she made a left turn as an actor, Ramona, based on a true story, and ends up getting in trouble. I don't want to give most
Right,
to it,
yeah.
but
Yep,
I think
yep.
you're going to love this movie.
We're very excited.
Oh, yeah,
Tell me
we've
what you
been
guys
excited.
think afterwards.
Yeah.
We've been excited for this movie
been-
for
yes.
months.
'Cause the cast is phenomenal.
What do you think of the trailer?
Oh,
it was
amazing.
amazing. And as soon as the cast was announced, you got all these great names.
Yeah, all
we
these
were
very powerful female
Yeah.
women in this movie. It'll be
So
really
cool.
good.
insane.
Really good.
You mentioned Jennifer has 2 kids. You also have 2 young girls. Do they give you advice on social media?
Oh my gosh, they are like the COO and the CEO of my
Of
social
ARod
media
at ARod Instagram.
craziness. Whatever I do, they're so good. You know, every time I post something, usually like 5 out of 10, both of them would DM me and say, "Dad, are you serious? Yeah. Dad, you know I'm going into high school next year.
Yeah.
Dad, this is how bullying starts."
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I will erase it. I have contracts with both of them that if I post something, now you know they're getting to be teenagers, right? And
Yeah,
they're
they
little-
gotta prove everything.
They have to prove everything.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I got it. I'm sorry.
So now
Yeah.
you have a contract with them.
Always. Absolutely.
What do you think is the most embarrassing thing you've done to them? Or what would they say is the most embarrassing thing?
I mean, that's a long list. That's a long list. You know, it's funny because they both used to love when I would drop them off at school. And our ritual would be that there was at least one business lesson per car ride to school. They're so sick of that. But they used to love for me to get off at school, walk them to class. Of course, they were really little then. Now they're like, "Dad, 2 blocks right here, park right here." I'm like, "But wait, Natasha, Ella, we're 2 blocks away from school.
Yeah.
Like, this is close enough.
Yeah.
This is close enough. Make a U-turn, we'll walk." So before I know, they're going to be walking to school.
Yeah, I mean that's insane because obviously you're Alex Rodriguez and you would think this is my dad. I want to show him
Yeah.
off, but
That almost more embarrassing.
Daughters are always gonna be the
probably
same.
more embarrassing.
Negative.
Yeah.
My daughters don't let me follow them on social media. It's awful. It's awful.
do you secretly
so
look at their
funny.
pages?
Oh yeah. I have
Your
ways to
burner
see.
accounts?
Oh yeah. no
Yeah,
question.
the dad burner account.
Gotta see 'em.
Gotta
Gotta see
be able to
You-
see what's going on.
Yeah, I mean you have to have them.
Yeah,
Because
absolutely.
we love all of the selfie videos. We think they're so
Big-
funny.
big fan.
My boyfriend thinks they're hilarious.
Yeah.
they're because you have like a formula to them. Like, do you think like, or do you just go off the cuff?
There is no formula. Honestly, I wish I had one. Most of the things I kind of cringe after I post it and try not to read any comments. But, you know, it's fun. You know what's been interesting is like reading some of the comments and then replying to some of them and having that connection. I mean, I
Yeah.
think the world is hungry for connection. I think they want more content and they want what's real. They want what's genuine. And a lot of the stuff we put up is like not our best self. And actually those actually end up doing the very best.
Right.
Yeah. I think that's what social media is about, just letting people in your personal life a little bit more.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And we saw, and you get to see these things. Like we saw Jennifer's birthday party. You guys were going wild.
Wow.
Which, by the way,
I'm still hungover.
Your birthday is a day after mine, and Jennifer's is 2 days before mine.
Wow,
So-
26.
Right in the
Yeah,
middle.
look at that.
Good Leo.
Yeah,
There you
we are
go.
Leos. Yep.
Hank has his hands full.
Yeah. So true.
Oh yeah, yeah. He'll appreciate you saying that. But we saw the party. You guys were celebrating. Jennifer's 50th birthday, your birthday. You're still hungover, you said?
I'm hungover, and I'm really hungover from all the cake. Like,
That was a massive cake.
which one? I mean, like,
there were so many.
It was like
there was,
dozens,
yeah.
and I'm like, Uncle, guys, one birthday's the 27th is not 27 days,
Right.
And I'm still recovering from all the sugar and a couple of the drinks.
How do you react when she kind of goes into full, like she's dancing on the tables and do you just kind of have to sit back? Like you can't compete with that.
You know what? I love it so much because both of us are workaholics,
Yeah.
and she doesn't drink, she doesn't smoke, she is a machine,
Yeah.
and really a force of nature. So when she has like people that she grew up from the Bronx, like Fat Joe and DJ Khaled, and people that are really in her ecosystem, and she gets to let her hair down and have fun. To me, it's like Christmas. It's awesome.
Right.
Yeah, that must be fun to see.
Yeah.
And so you have 2 kids of your own. She has 2 kids, but you are now like a blended family. How did that work out? Like, how was it in the beginning, and what's it like now?
It's great. I mean, the 4 of them, it's almost like they were born together.
Yeah.
I mean, they gel so well together. They get along really great. They complement each other. All 4 of them are incredibly different, and that's a great thing. And they're so loving to each other. And, you know, we spent the last 2 months traveling. We started basically in a Winnebago, right? And in one of those big buses.
Yeah.
And you hit the road. We started in the Forum in Los Angeles on June 4th and literally traveled the country and finished domestically on my birthday in Miami, which was the last show domestically before, of course, she went to Russia and Egypt and Israel and all these other places. And it's great. The best part was actually being on the bus with the 4 of us, the 6 of us with the 4 kids. And it's how I grew up. I mean, we grew up with like one bathroom and we had to wait and we were kind of pushing each other around, and there's nothing better. It was like a dream vacation to be that close to our family.
Yeah. Was it weird at first introducing the kids to each other?
It was, oddly enough, nothing was.
Yeah.
I think also we're older, you know, it's not like
Right.
we're like 20 or even 30. I mean, we started dating, we're both in our 40s, and our kids, I think, welcomed each other to each other's lives fairly quickly.
That's awesome.
It was
That's
fun.
awesome. So obviously we're a pop culture podcast, so we want to ask you, do you even have time? Are you watching any TV shows? What are you listening to?
I'm like addicted to like, you know, I watch Netflix.
Yeah.
Obviously, I have to watch. I love watching baseball because that's what I do, and
Obviously.
I have to talk about it every Sunday. But I'm a big documentary guy.
Okay.
And then I just, once I dial in on a show, I can't stop watching.
Yeah.
Is there
What's the
one
last one
right
you
now?
watched?
Yeah.
Do you remember?
I watched the story here in Central Park, which was very sad.
Yes.
When They See Us, is that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Yep. That was phenomenal.
I saw the LA riots.
Okay.
All very depressing, I guess.
Yeah. It's dark.
Yeah,
but
it's just a little dark.
Yeah.
But they're very well made and very informative. So.
And informative,
Yeah.
correct, right?
Yeah.
So that's all good.
Yeah.
So
definitely.
you do have time to watch TV, listen to music.
Yeah, we binge.
Yeah, you
We
got your
binge.
downtime. What's like a date night like?
Well, ideal date night is actually stay home in pajamas and watch
and binge.
Netflix.
And binge.
Yeah.
Love that.
Because
That's
I'm sure
it.
you guys are so busy all the time, you just want to relax.
Yeah.
Well, we have to wrap up. Thank you so much, Alex,
course.
for
Thank you
coming
so
and speaking
much.
to us. The Corp season 2 is coming soon. Is there a date?
Is coming soon at the end of August.
End of August.
End of
Okay, so
August.
And we're
everybody
gonna
look
can
drop
look forward
two
to
a
that.
week. We're gonna drop off 2 a week. Yeah.
All right, stepping
Yeah.
up, stepping it up. 2 a
leveling
week.
up.
All right, thank
you
you
for joining us.
Thank you guys.